My goal is to be so close to Kris Jenner one day that I get the password to her plastic surgeon.
Hello? You're currently on the phone with Kacey K. Yep, that's me.
Good morning, everybody. Welcome back. It is a dreary fall day. Just kidding. I went outside and it is cold. It's currently 7:30 in the morning. It feels like 4:30 because there's no sun. But now I don't have to keep my Lonnies in the fridge all the time. This was on the back of the truck all night. And it's very cold and fresh. And yes, I'm still addicted to those. But it's supposed to rain today again. It has rained here so many times. We went to the movie on. Sorry, I'm Kacey K. You're on the phone with Kacey K. We went to the movie the other night in Daybreak. They have, I think I've talked about this before. They have the new Megaplex there, which is like the Larry H. Miller family thing. And it has like a bowling alley. It's kind of like Fat Cats. It has a bowling alley, an arcade, restaurant, I think, a movie theater, and something else, like an event place. It's literally right next to the new Bees Stadium, not stadium, Bees Field, which is super nice. We went once this year. I wish I went more because it was actually quite fun. They're having a hard time getting people going though because I think it's weird. Some people think that driving to South Jordan, Daybreak, Harriman, all that area is like the biggest trek since the Mormon pioneers came across the plains. It does take a minute, especially if you're coming during rush hour, but it's really not that far away. It's probably like 12 miles from Salt Lake, if that. Once they get Bangerter all the way finished, which is pretty close, that'll help so much. Mountain View Corridor sucks. It's awful. I can't. It's like the new Bangerter. It's like you get going 60 miles an hour and have to slam on your brakes. It's so frustrating. Anyway, but yeah, they're having a hard time getting people to go out there. So we got our tickets for technically free. It's when I still haven't filmed the video. I was doing another Kardashian cooking video for TikTok and I went to Smith's and it said, I had to sign up front. It's like, if you spend more than $100, you get 2 freebies tickets. I'm like, okay, I'm not going to spend that. I should have known better because I was making a Kris Jenner product meal. Needless to say, I walked out spending over $100. And so I was like, you know what? All right, we're going to the Bees game. I got free tickets. We went and sat on the grass. I don't know why I'm telling this. I've already told this story. Anyway, if you're curious, I mean, the season's over now, but next year, it's really fun. I highly recommend it. Downtown Daybreak is on the rise, and they have, I always call it Harriman Hills Mall. That's not even close to what it's called. Mountain View Village is what it's called. That's where the new Beauty Lab and Laser is. That's where I haven't been to the Cinemark there, but I heard it's super nice. I'm going there today, actually. We're going to see the new Julia Roberts movie. And what else is there? The infamous Brandy Melville store is there. They actually have a sweater there that I liked. I don't know if it's still there, and probably every basic girl in Utah has it by now, but it's like, it reminds me of Ralph Lauren, kind of. It has, do you call it Ralph Lauren or Ralph Lauren? Because Ralph Lauren just sounds so pretentious, and it's spelled Lauren. I'm sorry. It's just, can we call it Ralph Lauren? How does he say it? We need to figure that out. Because you know what? Even though Rihanna says, because she had that little snippet on the radio station, it's like, hey, it's Rihanna. We're like, oh, we're not gonna call you that. So, anyways, Ralph Lauren, it has like a American flag on it. It's probably gone now because that season's over. But anyway, if you want to go out to Daybreak or Harriman or whatever, they actually have very, very fun things to do. There's a really good, it's not a cafe, it's a restaurant next to the movie theater in Daybreak. It's called Moena's. It's a Hawaiian inspired restaurant. And they only have breakfast and lunch right now. They're going to start doing dinner soon. But I had the breakfast fried rice. It was delicious. And the pancakes are seriously like the size of my laptop. They're huge. And we had the cinnamon roll one. It was delicious. I actually posted about it. This was months ago now, but if you want to go back on my Instagram and look, we went there and I posted the giant pancake, which is delicious. Okay, back to my original thought. We went to the movie theater because they have, I think it's at all megaplexes, but they have these little booths, which has 2 seats, which you can like do a date night seat or just like, go with a friend or whatever and have like more privacy. But they have these buttons that you push and a waiter comes out and takes your order, and you don't have like a huge menu to select from, But they have like sliders, they have quesadillas. The chicken strips are very, very good. I've gotten those twice now. They have tavern fries, which are absolutely delicious. And they have desserts. You can order like popcorn and snacks there, so you don't have to wait in line. And then they come and bring it to you. They have these little trays that come out, and you put your food on them. They have little lights you can turn on, so you have more light. But we went and saw Tron, and I'm curious because I'm seeing so many mixed reviews on this. Gonna be honest with you, when I saw that Jared Leto was in it, I was like, really? Are we really? Is he still in these movies? Because I don't think I have anything against him, like as an actor, but I saw a TikTok the other day. It said, I want to know like the people in the actors that you would go see a movie for. Like it doesn't matter if it's a low budget movie, a low budget TV show, a high budget movie. Like there's some actors that you would just you go to the theater because you love them. Because I think the executives of Hollywood think they know what actors that we want to see, and she named off The Rock, which is actually kind of true because he hasn't been in a lot lately, but he is in a lot of movies. And I think he's a very charismatic guy, and people do actually like him. I thought she was going to say Jared Leto because they keep putting money into him. He was in, let's see, he was in Morbius, which did terrible. That's the one that it was like the vampire movie. And people were like, please, Sony, please bring it back to theaters. We'll go watch it this time, we promise. And so they did. They brought it back to theaters, and still no one went to see it. He was in Haunted Mansion, which you couldn't even tell. Like, there was a picture of him on the wall. But then he turned, like, the rest of the movie, he's like, if you haven't seen it, it's been out for 2 years now. He's like a skeleton person. So you can't even tell it's him. And now he's in Tron. We're like, did he sign some kind of contract that he has to be in these movies? But he did do well in this movie. I'm going to be honest. The reason I have a problem with him is because, and I'll look it up in a minute, he started like a cult. So I just don't understand why. Could you imagine if a woman did that? If a woman in Hollywood started a cult, she would not be getting these huge movie franchise things. But he is. He still is. Okay. Tron Ares, it still has a 6.7, so I don't know, and it's number 3 in popularity. I don't know what to believe because I went and saw the movie and I really liked it. I thought it was very well done. It made sense to me. People were saying the storyline didn't make sense. I could follow it. I thought it was good. So basically, Jared Leto's character is it is kind of hard to explain. He is like a spy slash protector. What am I trying to say? Like a cyber security person, but he's like it actually shows him as a person. But so he goes into these like computer systems and fights off like bad evil things. But Evan Peters, he owns a software company that rivals. It's called Encom, which I wanted to say Enron so bad. If you're not sure what Enron is, let me know and I'll talk about it on another episode. It's a fascinating story, but he wants what they have, so he sends Jared Leto to go into their system and steal what they have and bring it back to his system, which isn't what Jared Leto's made for. Is this sounding interesting to anybody? It's actually very good. And the soundtrack was made by Nine Inch Nails, which wouldn't mean much to me, but I'm like, you know what, that is such an interesting choice that apparently they're pretty good at what they do. Nine Inch Nails. Are they the ones that did who were the ones that did Hurt before Johnny Cash did it? I don't think it's them now that I'm thinking about it, but let me see. Hurt, if you're wondering, it's a very, very, very sad song, but I like it. And they used it in. Do you remember the movie Columbiana? I really like that movie. I remember when it came out, I watched it so many times, and it's like a spy movie. Is it a spy movie? It's a retaliation movie, a revenge movie, which we all know how I feel about revenge. And it's got Zoe Saldana in it. And is it Zoe Saldana or Zoe Saldana? See, that's the thing. Like we've been calling her Zoe Saldana for how long? And then I think last award season she started saying her name Zoe Saldana, or at least that's how I maybe I started picking it up then. Yeah, I sorry, I think I do have ADHD because I just remembered what I was trying to tell you clear back about a rainy, dreary day. I'll get to it. Oh God, where was I? What was I even talking about? I can't remember. I'm so sorry. What was I talking about? Okay, I remember. I remember now. I just had to blow my nose and take a sip of my Alani, and then I remembered. Who wrote the song Hurt by Johnny Cash? Trent Reznor, who was a part of. What is he a part of? Who originally sang Hurt? Yes, I was right. I was right. And you know how I know that? It's because my friend Dylan, he is a very big music person. Like he knows songs that I don't even know how he finds them. He told me this. I remember in the break room at our old job. I can't remember why it got brought up because we were talking about Rick Rubin, who has done. He's worked with so many artists. He has that book, The Creative Act, which is very, very good. If you're curious about how to spark your creativity and be more creative and stuff, that book's very, very, very good. But he's like, yeah, did you know that Nine Inch Nails actually sang and wrote that song first? I was like, what? And then Johnny Cash wanted it, so he gave it. Well, he didn't give it, but they let him sing on it. It says Nine Inch Nails, aka Trent Reznor, wrote slash performed this song well before Johnny Cash covered it after June passed. When did Johnny Cash record it? Why did Johnny Cash? Johnny Cash did not write Hurt. It was written by Trent Reznor of Nine Inch Nails. He covered the song with producer Rick Rubin. In 2000, on the 2002 album American 4, I think that's what it says. I'm bad at Roman numerals. The Man Comes Around, Cash's version transformed the song into a deeply personal and emotional reflection of his own life, particularly in the face of his declining health and impending death, giving the lyrics new weight and a sense of regret and weariness from his long life. Yeah, so I don't think I've ever listened to Nine Inch Nails version, which is like the real one. But anyway, long story short, they're the ones that did the soundtrack, and that they did such a good job. The soundtrack is amazing. Is a symptom of ADHD just having this desire to be organized, but you just can never get there. Because that's what I love to organize things and clean and stuff, but it just looks like a mess all the time because I'm constantly in that mode, and then I get bored and then I stop. My mom would always get so mad at me because I'd start projects and never ever finish them. Nine Inch Nails, they're the ones that did the soundtrack, and it is very good. Like they did such a good job. The visuals on this movie are fantastic. I don't understand why it's not doing well. I really can't tell you that. But let's see what it did. It opened poorly. Like it did very, very bad numbers. Tron Ares opening weekend. Disney takes the lead. See, this is what I mean when I tell you it's so confusing. Because I heard it open terribly and it says Disney takes the lead for opening weekend. Maybe it's still a terrible weekend, but it still did well compared to what else was there. Taylor Swift is gone, but Nine Inch Nails are in. At least they are responsible for the music for this weekend's big decades-old Disney franchise sequel, 43 years combined and between sequels to the 1982 original. Our audience is still fascinated with the game grid. Does anyone truly remember the legacy? Which film has more in common with the original Tron? Is it Ares or Roofman? I actually want to see Roofman. That's the one with Channing Tatum and he lives in a Toys R Us. It's a true story too. You will have to see the former to answer that half, but you can read the connection. Well, I don't even know what that means. Tron sequel scores $33 million opening weekend. I actually looked this up a couple days ago. The first Tron, well, the second Tron, the one in 2010, I think, it had a budget of $200 million. It made 400 million, so I mean it made its money back, but I'm like, that is so interesting to me that that they would spend that kind of money 2 years after is it the biggest financial crisis that has ever happened to America besides the Great Depression, I guess. But it was pretty massive. So that's a lot of money to spend on a movie. Anyway, okay, so it says here we are 15 years later with Tron Ares with director, I don't know how to say his name, Joachim Roning at the helm, who has worked with Disney on previous high-profile sequels, Pirates of the Caribbean, Dead Men Tell No Tales, and Maleficent, Mistress of Evil, which I don't think people liked. The only thing I didn't like about it is the original Prince didn't come back because he is fun to look at. I was talking to someone about this the other day because I was like, I think he was one of those people that saw a little bit of success somewhere else or just in general, and he's like, I can go on and do better things. And he tried to do that because you never hear about him anymore. His name was Brenton Thwaites, and he did like The Giver, which I think did terrible too. He did Pirates of the Caribbean 5. What's the last one? Which I actually really, really liked. And then he did what else did he do? I mean, obviously he did Maleficent, but then he went on to do this Titans movie or Titans TV show on HBO, which is like a DC comic thing. And I tried to watch it, but it was so gory. I just couldn't even, I couldn't do it. Then he grew his hair long, and I just kind of lost interest. Yeah, okay, anyway, long story short, this movie's very good. I don't know why people are hating on it, and the internet is confusing me even more because some people say it's really good, some people say that they don't like it. What was the audience rating of this? How do you go? I've never looked at Rotten Tomatoes before because I don't know how I feel about critics, but I feel like I look for the actual audience score. Let's see. Oh, Frankenstein is coming out soon. Comes to theaters this Friday, select theaters. I don't know if that means it's in Utah, but after that, on November 7th, is coming to Netflix. Okay, why can't I see? Okay, One Battle After Another is one I want to see because it I actually was kind of a hater on this movie for a long time because I saw the commercials so many times and I'm like, what is this movie about? I can't even tell you what this movie is about. Plus, it's 3 hours long. Some uh, people that went and saw it say it's one of the best movies I've ever seen. It's like a 10 out of 10. And these are people that go to the movie a lot. That kind of shows you. It has a 95% Rotten Tomatoes score. Which one is the audience score? Is that the popcorn? Let's see. What does the popcorn logo mean on Rotten Tomatoes? Represents the audience score. Okay, so see, this is why you don't listen to critics. It drives me nuts. And please don't call me a critic because I'm not. I just like movies, and I'm pretty biased on a lot of movies. I'm like, I don't think any movie is like, well, that's not true. I don't think 98% of movies are actually bad movies because I just genuinely like watching movies. I really, really do. There are some that's like, okay, that was pretty bad. So I got a critic rating of 54%. This is Tron. An audience rating of 87%. And the movie I'm going to see tonight, After the Hunt with Julia Roberts in it and A.O. Edinbury. It doesn't have an audience score yet because it's technically not out, but it has a critic score of 41%, which is pretty terrible. Kiss of the Spider Woman, that's one with J Lo, and I actually do want to see that. That's another one I'm getting mixed reviews on because people are like, it's like a Oscar nominating role for her. Like she does amazing work. And then other people are like, it's terrible, it's awful. Has a 77% on the or critics rating and 68% on Rotten, 68% on the audience rating, which is interesting because the critic score is higher. What was I looking at? Anything else? Anything else I wanted to look at? No. Okay, now we're gonna look into Jared Leto's cult. Jared Leto cult documentary. There's a documentary about it. Interesting. I must watch. Well, there's no single documentary. Well, then why would that come up? There's no single documentary about Jared Leto running a cult. The confusion likely stems from two separate things: a real documentary he executive produced, and his band's fan event, which ironically embraced cult imagery. Hmm. Interesting. If you're wondering and you're not sure, Jared Leto actually started out as a singer from 30 Seconds to Mars. I don't think they've come out with anything in a long time. Uh, and he kind of just started doing acting. I think one of his first roles was with Matthew McConaughey in what was that movie? The one where they had AIDS. Dallas Buyers Club, 2013. I feel like I came out a long longer than that. Okay, back to my search. The cult of Jared Leto. Jared Leto accused of impropriety by 9 women. This was just this year. The Twisted Cult. Oh, there's a thing on YouTube. Maybe I'll watch that. Okay, I'm gonna look into this and then I'll tell you about it next week. Let's move on. I have been watching a lot of movies lately, which I love, and a lot of them are scary, which I don't love. I saw Barbarian finally, and that movie was trippy. It was very, very good. It's not. It's like I guess it could be real life. I don't know. It makes you a little wary about Airbnbs. Basically, this girl goes and stays in this Airbnb. It's in Detroit. She gets there at night. There's no streetlights, and it's pouring rain. And she goes to open the door. Someone's already in there. They never actually clarify how this happens. I think it's just genuinely a mix-up. Some guy is already in there. She's like, well, I'll just sleep in my car. He's like, have you seen this neighborhood? Like, you're not going to sleep in your car. So he agrees to sleep on the couch. She sleeps in the bedroom. She wakes up, the door's open. She can hear movement, whatever. She leaves, then comes back. A guy starts chasing her from down the street. She leaves the house the first day and looks around it, and the neighborhood is completely in shambles. She goes to this interview. The lady asks her where she's staying, and she tells her, and the lady's like, she starts laughing because she thinks she's joking. She's like, you're not really staying in that neighborhood, are you? She's like, yeah, why is that bad? She's like, I feel like the lady should have said, you can come stay at my house. She's like, just be careful. She gets back to the house. Some guy starts chasing her from down the street. She gets inside. He's like banging on the door. He's like saying like get out, something. Come outside. Then she goes downstairs. I don't know why. And the door closes. She goes downstairs, the door closes, so she's like looking around. She pulls this string. A door opens down this creepy hallway. She finds this room. It's completely disgusting with a video camera and everything, like this gross bed. She finally gets out of the house, and because the other guy comes back and saves her, she asks him to go and look, and then he never comes back. So she goes downstairs, and another door opens, goes down even deeper into these tunnels. Anyway, I'm not gonna say anything more about it because it's so trippy, but you definitely are not probably couldn't ever guess what's going to happen. So if you want to watch that one this year, that's a really good one for Halloween time. I saw the Black Phone last week. That's the one with I always forget his name. Oh, Ethan Hawke. Is it Ethan Hawke or Ethan Hawking? I think it's Ethan Hawke. He actually has a movie with Selena Gomez that I love, and it didn't do well at all. But it's what is it called? Not Drive, but hang on. I remember seeing it in theaters and being like, this movie's good. Why didn't people like it? The Black Phone was pretty creepy. It was pretty scary, I'm not gonna lie. What is that movie he was in with Selena Gomez? I forgot he was in The Purge. The Purge is a good one too, which is so funny because I just can't do gore, and I've been watching a lot of movies with gore in it. I just cover my eyes a lot. It's called Getaway. It got a 4.4. I really enjoyed it. She looks so young in this, Selena Gomez. Basically, he steals her car because he's told to try and save, I think it's his wife. And then he gets in the car, and Selena Gomez is already in it, and she's like, this is my car. Turns out her dad works for a bank. The person on the phone is trying to steal money from Selena Gomez's dad. Anyway, it's a whole thing. I loved it. I actually might watch it again because it's very good. Anyway, Black Phone. It's not, I don't really get scared that much at like paranormal stuff, but this one is kind of a mix of both, but more like real life stuff. Like The Strangers to me is the scariest movie ever in history to exist. And the fact that it's a true story is even more horrifying. Texas Chainsaw Massacre, like those ones, like real humans doing that to other humans is just horrible, just horrifying. Like, how could anyone act like that? That is creepier to me than anything else. So real life stuff. So that's kind of what this movie is. Ethan Hawke plays the grabber. Basically, he's a kidnapper. And then throughout the movie, you see this kid trying to escape Ethan Hawke's basement. But then there's like some ghosts that show up and like kind of help the kid and whatever, and he escapes. But it's like very stressful. It's very suspenseful, very thrillery, very like keeps you on the edge of your seat. It's very good. So we're going to see the second one this weekend. It in St. George because we're going to Vegas tomorrow. We're leaving for Vegas tomorrow, but we're staying in St. George tomorrow night. We're gonna go see the Black Phone 2, which I'm not too sure about this because it looks like this one is very paranormal-y, but it looks like on Rotten Tomatoes, there's no audience score yet, but the critics gave it an 87%, which I wonder what the first one is, the Black Phone. I didn't realize it came out 4 years ago. It has Mason Thames in it. If you're curious who he is the guy in the live action How to Train Your Dragon. And I was like, he looks so familiar, but he was so young in this movie. He was so young. I'm like, that is the guy from How to Train Your Dragon. Okay, it got an 81%, the first one, and an 88% on the, what am I trying to say? The audience score. So that's better than the last one. Okay, am I done talking about movies now? Yes. This one was interesting. Let me see if it's still recording. That would suck if it wasn't. What do we got? 31 minutes? Okay. We're doing great. I'm going to see Lorde this weekend in Las Vegas, and I'm very excited. I saw her, not her last tour, the Solar Power Tour. Did anybody see that? I'm kidding. I'm kidding. I just wasn't, I don't know. It wasn't an album for me. To go from pure heroin to melodrama to Solar Power, it's kind of like, This new album, I'll say, is growing on me. I actually really like a lot of the songs on it. But there's just something about the songs Green Light, Perfect Places, Homemade Dynamite. The Homemade Dynamite with the weird collaborations. Would it have Khalid? Who else was in it? Homemade Dynamite. Oops. Lorde, Khalid, Post Malone, and SZA. What a bizarre lineup. But that song, I have a playlist on Spotify. It's called Quite Possibly the Greatest Song of All Time. And that song is probably one of the first ones I added. I actually went back to it the other day and was looking through it. I'm like, yeah, clearly I was in a different state of mind when I added some of these songs because I'm like, I would never right now say that's one of the greatest songs of all time, but I had to I had to make myself actually say, okay, is this song a song that basically in my mind when I was making it, I'm like a song that comes on and I like audibly gasp or instantly turn up the radio or instantly start singing or just get super excited about. Songs like that for me are Just Dance. I still get the same amount of rush as I first did when I heard it for the very first time. The One That Got Away, Katy Perry. Well, I guess should I just look it up? Let's look it up. Spotify now has this new feature called lossless. Apparently, it's supposed to like rival Apple's sound quality, but if you listen to it on not on Wi-Fi, it says it can use up to 1 gigabyte per hour, which is insane. Okay, some of the songs on my quite possibly the greatest songs of all time list: How Did It End? Taylor Swift, Falling Forever, Dua Lipa, Peter, Taylor Swift, Like a Prayer, Live, Miley Cyrus. The One That Got Away, I Hate It Here, Taylor Swift, The Love of My Life, Taylor Swift, How Far Will We Take It, Orville Peck, Noah Cyrus. Let's see. Secret Love Song, Little Mix, Speechless, Lady Gaga, You Are My Sunshine, Johnny Cash. A lot of Miley Cyrus on here. 1965, Zella Day. I love that song. It's so good. Hallelujah, the Kate Vogel edition. She was in what was that song or that movie, the TV show called? What's that TV show called? Gosh, why am I forgetting everything today? It's that really popular TV show. I know my cousins are like screaming into the phone right now. What is that show? Oh, okay, hang on. Hang on. It's like so popular. One Tree Hill. That's what it is. That's what it is. Okay, One Tree Hill. Sober by Pink. That song still to this day just fills me with serotonin. I can't even explain. Neon Moon, the Casey Musgraves cover. Let's see. No One Dies from Love, Tove Lo, one of the greatest songs ever. Super sad, but super great song. No Time to Die, Billie Eilish, The Great War, Taylor Swift, Stay, Rihanna, Homemade Dynamite, Lord and Khalid, Daughter, Beyonce, Champagne Problems, Taylor Swift, I Remember Everything, Zach Bryan and Casey Musgraves, Someone Like You, Adele, E.T., Katy Perry, Please Don't Leave Me, Pink, Alejandro, Lady Gaga. A lot of these are the same artists, which should tell you something. Nightingale by Demi Lovato. Such a sweet song. That whole album's actually really good. Wait, why is only... Can you not listen to it anymore? Oh. Wait, why did I ask you not to play that song? I don't think I ever did such things. It says asked, when I double click on it, it says you asked us not to play this artist. Maybe it's because of what's his name? The awful, terrible, horrible human being, Chris Brown. That's probably why. I'm Good by BB Rexa. Is anyone having fun? Because I'm having the time of my life. Dark Paradise, Lana Del Rey, You and I, Lady Gaga. Oh, that song just reminds me of summertime. Just like July, the sunroof open. Oh, that I love that song. Born to Die, Lana Del Rey. Video Games, Lana Del Rey. Someone You Loved. That song is so sad. It's so sad. He's actually coming out. Louis Capaldi's coming out with new music. I think he announced it on the talk show, the Graham Norton show he was on with Taylor Swift. He kind of was just talking. He's like, yeah, and then on my new album that's coming out soon. He's like, oh, am I allowed to say that? And he's like, oh well, too late now. So I'm curious to see what he comes up with. In Your Eyes, The Weeknd featuring Doja Cat. Save Your Tears remix, Ariana Grande. Physical, Dua Lipa. Okay, there's so many more on this song, on this thing, but I won't bother you. I won't bore you with that. I don't even know what I was talking about anymore. Oh, Lord. Okay. Anyway, I kind of was like a last minute thing that I've got to go because someone else didn't want to go on the trip. And I'm like, I'll go. We're staying at MGM, which I've never stayed at MGM before in Vegas. And technically, it's the biggest hotel in the world. What is the biggest hotel in the world? Maybe it's America. Nope, it must be America because the biggest hotel in the world is First World Hotel in Malaysia, which holds the Guinness World Record for the largest number of rooms located in Genting Highlands. It has 7,300 rooms across its two towers and is part of a larger resort complex. That is huge. It has a theme park in it. Oh my gosh. And shopping malls and casino. Wow. Okay. Let's see. Maybe it's America. If I'm incorrect, I learned that information from my cousin, which looks like she's not correct. The biggest non-casino hotel in the okay, here we go. Here we go. The biggest non-casino hotel in the U.S. is the Gaylord Opryland Resorts and Convention Center in Nashville, Tennessee, which is huge. Me and my friend Callie actually walked through that during when we went to the when we went to the Reputation tour. It's pretty cool inside. While the Venetian Resort in Las Vegas is often cited as the largest by room count when combining it with Palazzo, other large hotels in the US, such as MGM Grand and Wynn Encore, are also located in Las Vegas, and many of the largest hotel companies are part of a larger conglomerate. Okay, so it's one of the biggest hotels in the world, from my calculations. What is the biggest hotel without a casino? Okay, but see, then here, it's so confusing. It says it's hotel in the world. No trip to Las Vegas is complete without seeing the MGM Grand, considered the largest hotel resort in the United States. This magnificent property boasts 5 swimming pools, a convention center, spa, giant casino, and multiple restaurants, nightclubs, and shops. But you know what? Take it to however you want. It could be the biggest, it could not be. Anyway, we're staying there because the concert is actually just right downstairs at the MGM Garden, which is where I saw Miley Cyrus's Bangers tour. And that was just the beginning of a concert filled decade for me, because after that I was hooked. And I just to get to say that I saw the Bangers tour is one of the biggest flexes that I could possibly ever have. It was so good. It was so good. I remember once, or not once. I remember at that concert, this group of girls was walking up the stairs before the concert even started, and they were dragging their friend up the stairs because she was so drunk. And me and my cousin look at each other. We're like, we were like mortified. We're just these like small town little kids in Las Vegas. We'd probably never seen a drunk person before in our life. And we're like, why would you even want to do that? Why would you want to get that drunk? You don't even remember concerts. Now, flash forward, I've never been that drunk at a concert, but I do get a little bit tipsy, and it does make it a little bit more fun. The Sweat Tour, Charlie XCX, that tour, I was so I had a lot of shots, let's just say that. And that concert felt like it was 12 minutes long because we were having the time of our lives. Dua Lipa last week, I was a little bit tipsy at. But don't get like so drunk that your friends have to drag you up the stairs. Like that's not fun. That's not fun for anybody. And yeah, I don't go too far. Just know your limits. Know your limits. Here's a secret. It's not much of a secret. It's just common sense. Just start with half shots. Just take half shots. And then, because everyone's like, take a shot with me, take a shot with me, take a shot with me. I'm not an alcoholic, I promise. My mom asked me that. She's like, I just have to ask because I'm the mom. Are you an alcoholic? I'm like, no, I'm not. I promise you. It just sounds like it because I don't drink ever until it's like an event. And then once I do go to an event, it's all hands on deck, let's just say. Yeah, just do half shots because so many people are going to be like, take a shot with me. And be like, I already took one. They're like, well, just take another one. You're like, okay. And that's when the danger happens. That's when you cross into dangerous, dark waters. But another thing I'm excited about, sorry, I'll get through this story about me trying to go to Las Vegas. We are going to the Sphere the next day to see The Wizard of Oz. Which I wanted to go to the Sphere for a long time now. It is so expensive. It is so expensive. Even for just one of their like original shows, not even like a Wizard of Oz type thing, it's like over $100. And I'm like, I just don't know if I want to spend that much on something that's just like kind of like you could see at Clark Planetarium. You know what I mean? But now, in honor of Wicked coming out soon, which I actually got offered to go to a early screening of it. My friend got the Amazon Prime deal where it's like, did I talk about this on the podcast? Amazon Prime was giving Prime members, some of them, a chance to see the movie early. So we're seeing it on a Monday night, the Monday before it actually comes out. I'll let you know how it is. I'm so excited. But they're doing Wizard of Oz at the Sphere. I think I talked about this on a different episode. But it's like very immersive. Let me read you the synopsis. It says The Wizard of Oz at the Sphere, or sorry, it's just called At Sphere. No, the transports audiences, making them feel like they have stepped inside the film and are traveling down the yellow brick road with Dorothy and her friends. The experience fills Sphere's 160,000 square foot interior display plane, which wraps up over and around the audience to create a fully immersive visual environment. To take advantage of Sphere's sound, 167,000 programmable speakers and ability to direct sound anywhere in the venue, the original film's score has been re-recorded to take on a new clarity. Multi-sensory 4D elements, yeah, this is what I remember. It has like snow and stuff that comes down. Combined and leveraged for maximum impact to make the audience feel like they are in the experience alongside the characters, such as high velocity wind arrays, aromatic fog, towering fire bursts, bubbles, and infrasound haptic seats. Interesting. I don't know what that means. So let's just see. Let's just see how much. Because you can do VIP tickets. There's like a Glinda section and an Alphabet section, and that comes with food, and it's like the best seats in the house. Let's see. Section 405. They say you don't want to be too high because you're constantly looking down. Too high up, not high. Too because you're constantly looking down, but you don't want to be very far down because you're constantly looking up. So you want to be somewhere in the middle. Oh, these tickets are cheaper than the ones we bought. What's going on? Maybe it's because it's a Wednesday. We're going on a Friday. That's probably why. Let's see. Nope, 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 nope. Okay, well now that I'm trying to show you, it doesn't even show the options to have VIP tickets. Oh, here we go. Glinda the Good Witch. Premium experience. What does that come with? 2 tickets to that will cost you 600. Crazy. But watch, let me go to next and it'll do service fees and taxes and convenience fees and just random fees for no reason. I was not even gonna do it because our tickets were like 170 each, but then it changed with fees to over $200. So anyway, it is a lot of money, but my cousin said she knew someone who went and said it was the best thing she's ever experienced in her life. So that's a pretty big tall drink order. And yeah, so I'll let you know how it is because I don't know how long it goes. I don't know if it's going until after Wicked airs or just right before it. It says there's 461 results. So that's a lot of, let me see. Wow, okay, it keeps going. It keeps going and going and going. It'd probably be easier for me just to. Okay, so if you want to go, it's going clear into November. Clear, clear. Okay, so you're good. If you want to wait a few months, you can probably go. I'm excited though. I can't wait, and I will let you know obviously how it turns out. Okay, this was interesting. I don't know why I just randomly remembered this, but when I went to Florida, they had a Culver's restaurant right next door to their house, which I do know there's Culver's in Utah, yes, but I haven't been there in a long time. They had cereal shakes. I don't know if it was just in Florida or what, but I'm wondering if they still have them because I had. No, they don't have it anymore. I'm so sorry. Anyway, they had a Lucky Charms shake. I went back another time. I took 2 of them on that one trip because it was so good. Like the flavors of the marshmallows would slowly seep into the ice cream over time. My mouth's watering just thinking about it. It was so delicious. Okay. This one is actually really sad. This is something that you were like, no, this can't be true. But it is. Diane Keaton passed away. And Diane Keaton was one of the funniest people. She was on Ellen multiple times, and she was always hilarious. She was one of the people that made Ellen laugh like a lot. She has a very interesting style. She just didn't even let like age define her, and she just wore whatever she wanted. She wrote books and like interior design, like this one that I want really bad, which I might get because it's not even that much. The house that Pinterest built, it's her house, and it's all the inspiration she took to make her or to build her house, which is really cool. It was like a barn, like a modern barn type thing in LA. She has how many books does she have? Wow, she had a lot. I feel like some of these aren't hers. Like some of these aren't. She has a memoir, Diane Keaton, the memoir. Then again, that's what it's called. She has coffee table books. Yeah, she has a fashion book, Fashion First by Diane Keaton and Ralph Lauren. Let's just say it wasn't pretty. I don't know what that is. What is that? Then again, there's another book of hers. That one looks pretty old. One just called House, and I think it's very expensive because I saw earlier it was like $325 to buy. California Romantica. She has a lot of books. Wow. Okay. I must invest. Anyway, she's obviously not known for writing books. She's known for her acting. She's 79 years old. I think she passed suddenly. She's number 1 right now on the Starometer on IMDb. She was most famously known for probably The First Wives Club. That's the one with Goldie Hawn, which she did a really sweet tribute to her passing, which is so sad. It just makes me sad because that like generation of actors are now starting to die, which makes me upset. She's in a lot. She was in Book Club, which I know people loved. How many things was she in? She was in 77 movies as an actress. Well, she was in Finding Dory. She was Dory's mom. Is that right? Was Jenny Dory's mom? What else was she in? Mad Money. This is the one I loved this movie. This was such a core memory for me because I remember I ordered Domino's pizza and I'm like, I'm just gonna kind of stay in. I don't know how I found this movie, and I'm like, I'm just gonna have a weekend in, and which is funny because at that point in my life, every weekend was a weekend in, and I found this movie somehow. I don't know how. It didn't get very good ratings, but I loved it. It's called Mad Money. It's got her, Diane Keaton, Queen Latifah, and Katie Holmes, and it's such a random cast, but it is so funny. Three female employees at the Federal Reserve plot to steal money that is about to be destroyed. And basically, it's like them trying not to get caught. Someone catches on to something and they have to try and hide it. I loved it. I This is a very, very fun movie to watch if you're curious. I might watch it again because I loved it. What is her most famous roles? Should we see? Diane Keaton most famous roles. List of Diane Keaton's 26 most iconic movies. I forgot about this one. Okay, number one is Flights Up. She stars in that with Morgan Freeman. I will for now. Never heard of that one. 1976. Wow. Baby Boom. Don't know what that one's about. And So It Goes. Michael Douglas, isn't that with her? The Big Wedding. Oh, this one's got Katherine Heigl and what is his name? Robert De Niro. Yeah, that's his name. I was like, that sounds wrong. Robert De Niro. Because I Said So. This one has Mandy Moore. Wow, and Lauren Graham. Lauren Graham just got her star on the Walk of Fame, if you remember that from last episode. The Family Stone. Now, I've heard about this movie a lot, and some people say they absolutely love this movie. I need to watch because I never do. This is the one. Okay, this is the one. I saw a clip on TikTok of it was from the Oscars Academy. They posted it, and it's her talking to Dylan McDermott. No, sorry, getting mixed up. Dermot Mulroney, and she's basically saying, "I'm sick, honey. There's nothing you can do about it." It's just like a very tender moment between a mom and a son, and I'm like, I must watch this. Okay, I don't even know the story behind it. Though beloved, this 2005 dramedy ranks in the lower half of our list since the premise isn't exactly groundbreaking. Everett Stone, Dermot Mulroney, brings his conservative girlfriend, Meredith Morton, Sarah Jessica Parker. I think it's funny to hear her play a conservative, home for Christmas to meet his family. And she doesn't impress Keaton, the matriarch, nor any other relatives. This film succeeds in its casting. Keaton's also joined by Rachel McAdams, Claire Danes, Craig T. Nelson, and Luke Wilson to paint the picture of a loving, albeit dysfunctional and carefree family. We'll be adding that to my list. Okay, here's Book Club. She's in it with Candice Bergen, which my mom told me I said her name wrong the other day. Mary Steenburgen and Jane Fonda. And I know people like that movie. This one's newer. This one was, what was it, 2000? I don't know, recently. Morning Glory. That's one with Rachel McAdams. Interesting. I know she was in that. Love and Death. This one looks old, 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 old. Mad Money. Oh, that one made the list. Oh, good. I'm glad. It didn't do very well on the ratings, but it did well in everyone's hearts. I'm trying to see other movies. Father of the Bride. Wow, that's an old one. The Godfather series. I didn't know she's in The Godfather. Keaton's name probably isn't the first that comes to mind when referencing Francis Ford Coppola's mafia-centric film series, The Godfather. Despite her small role, she shows up fully present as Michael Corleone's Al Pacino's wife, Kate Adams, especially in the debut film's final scene. The depth she brings to the character and chemistry between her and Michael is worth noting and worth tuning in for, even if you're not into gangster dramas or mob bosses. Interesting. Okay. Marvin's Room. She's in that with Meryl Streep. Oh, and Leonardo DiCaprio. Wow. Okay. Something's Gotta Give. That's with her and Jack Nicholson. Okay. Anyway, she obviously was beloved and loved by many. Oh, The First Wives Club. This is the one I was talking about. Adapted from Olivia Goldsmith's novel of the same name, the story follows three middle-aged women and former college friends, Elise Goldie Hawn, Brenda Bette Midler, and Annie Diane Keaton, whose husbands leave them for younger women. As they seek revenge, you look forward to plenty of tears, laughter, and fun renditions of Leslie Gore's You Don't Own Me. That's the song that isn't the one that Taylor Swift opened for, You Don't Own Me, on the Eras tour. Not only does it offer escapist entertainment, but we love watching women get their just do. Sorry, just do. Which is true. I love when women get what they deserve. Okay, that's not sarcastic either. On to lighter news. Taylor Swift, Adele, and Lady Gaga are the only female artists to have album debut at least 1 million. Taylor Swift has 8. Adele has 1, and Lady Gaga has 1. I think Lady Gaga's is Born This Way. Adele's is 24. 25. Is it 25 or 30? Might be 30. And Taylor Swift's is a lot. I don't know, I'm gonna name them off, but she sold 4 million, over 4 million albums in 1 week. That is the highest anybody's ever done. And that's insane for 2025. Like, that is just absolutely crazy. That's just mind blowing. Anyway, she's blowing up all over the charts. People either love this album, hate this album. I love it. I think it's fantastic. Even my friend Edgar, who does not like Taylor Swift that much, he's not like a hater. He's like, I will admit she does have some very, very good songs, but I just don't listen to her that much and don't care to. He's like, I have a confession to make. And I was like, okay, what is it? And he's like, I've been listening to this on repeat the whole entire hour I've been at the gym, and it was the Fate of Ophelia. I'm like, yes, yes. And I'm like, it's just so catchy. You can't not like it. He's like, I know. It literally is so good. I'm like, it is. It really, really is. Yeah, I just love her. I almost forgot to talk about this. She just announced something very, very big. Taylor Swift has what is it? What would you even call it? Documentary slash. Okay, here we go. Swift's Eras Tour documentary is a long time coming and is dropping on Disney Plus. Wonder how much Disney paid for this. I wonder if this was included in the first one. Remember they paid her like 75 million or something for the first Eras Tour show. Confirming a widely believed fan theory, Taylor Swift finally announced she's releasing an Eras Tour 6-part docuseries. The singer-songwriter shared on the news Good Morning America on October 13th. Of course. It was the end of an era and we knew it, Swift shared on posts on X. We wanted to remember every moment leading up to the culmination of the most important and intense chapter of our lives, so we allowed filmmakers to capture this tour and all the stories woven throughout it as it wound down, and to film the final show in its entirety. The singer-songwriter revealed that the long-awaited behind-the-scenes footage will debut on December 12th. That's not her birthday, is it? It's her 13th. That's close to it, I think. On Disney Plus and Hulu, with the first 2 episodes, the docuseries dubbed Taylor Swift The Eras Tour: The End of an Era will be released, as well as Taylor Swift The Eras Tour: The Final Show, movie featuring the Tortured Poets Department section of her blockbuster concert. Love to hear it. The series will spotlight performers, see the cast here. The series will spotlight performers, family members, and friends, including Gracie Abrams, Sabrina Carpenter, Ed Sheeran, and Florence Welch. The announcement came on the heels of GMA, which, along with the streaming services, is under Disney umbrella, releasing a trailer teasing the docuseries on October 12th. The last slide showed logos for the 2 streamers, leaving almost no doubt about where the footage will land. Will Hulu even be a thing at that point? Because remember, they're changing. When is Hulu? Is Hulu going away? Hulu is not disappearing entirely, but will be fully integrated. Okay, we already talked about this in 2026. So it basically become one app, which will be Disney Plus. So exciting. Kris Jenner was on No, not the Toast. It was a different podcast. What was it on? Something about skinny, not the Skinny Confidential. Anyway, and she talked about her facelift. She finally addressed it. Well, not finally, but she talked about it. And the girl's like, why did you address it? And she's like, well, because I saw a lot of people were taking credit for the work that my doctor did, and it didn't sit well with me. And she's like, I reached out to him, and she's like, I know you're not on social media, and I know you don't really care, but I just want you to know people are taking credit for the work you did. And she's like, I just want to let people know who did it. And he's like, okay, well, here's what we're going to do. We're going to have like a secret password for you. If people call in and say Kris Jenner referred me, or I want the Kris Jenner facelift or something like that, they have to give me a password that you've given them in order for me to do the procedure. And I'm like, that's actually pretty genius. She's like, because people call in and be like, Kris Jenner referred me, like I want to get a facelift there or something. And she didn't know the password, so she couldn't get it done. But I was like, that's actually pretty smart. So, because I think she said he's like booked completely, like he doesn't need any more work. So I don't know. I just thought that was cool. She's like, a lot of people were taking credit for your work, and I want you to have the credit for it, which is true. People are talking about this facelift left and right. Like, she looks so good. It doesn't even look like she had work done. Like, you know how some facelifts you can just tell it just looks not right. This one, like, people are confusing her for Kim in photos. Like, it's kind of incredible. So yeah, there's that. Speaking of Kardashians, Kylie Jenner is bringing back her King Kylie era, which, if you're unaware, King Kylie was around, it's like 2014 to 2017-ish, I would say. That's when she had all of her weird hair colors. And she was just kind of like so beloved by fans and so just like cool. And everyone wanted to be her. I mean, she's still kind of like that. But this was just like right as she was, I think, before she announced Kylie Cosmetics. But no, I think it was during. It was during because she did that music video, what she recreated with Terror Jr., the Three Strikes. Now she recreated it in honor of her bringing back the King Kylie era. Let's see. Come on. You think that would be like the thing right at the front of the page, but it's not. Why? Okay, well, this is extremely annoying. Hang on. Anyway, she's bringing back that era for a collaboration with herself, Kylie Cosmetics, King Kylie edition. No, why does it keep doing this? Oh, here we go. Okay, it says coming October 18th, King Kylie collection. Celebrate 10 years of Kylie Cosmetics with new and best-selling formulas and iconic and limited edition shades. There's a PR kit. Enter to win a signed King Kylie PR kit. Wow. Um, yeah, so she's back. She is. I can't believe Kylie Cosmetics has been out for 10 years. And I can't believe that when they first launched it, they didn't think it was going to do well. They actually thought that the computer broke because the collection sold out so fast. It was the lip kits. It sold out so fast, and they thought something happened, but they just literally sold everything. So I'm like, that would be so cool to watch those numbers in real time. What else should we talk about? A Lagoon has finally announced their new ride, and it is not a roller coaster, unfortunately, and it is replacing the what was that called? What was that called? It'll come to me in a minute. It says Laguna Amusement Park is adding a new Screamin' Swing ride called the Nutcracker. Scheduled to open in 2026 season. The ride will stand over 100 feet tall and reach a dynamic height of nearly 150 and achieve speeds of 68 miles an hour, making it one of the park's most thrilling attractions. A 50-foot Nutcracker icon will stand next to the ride, which is being manufactured by S&S Worldwide. Don't know who that is, but basically it looks like a tall tower and then has two arms attached to it and they just swing high in the air, which those rides are kind of scary. They have a Joker, I think it's Joker one at the Six Flags in San Antonio, and I was like, this is kind of scary. This like it was actually making me a little nervous. But it's replacing that one ride. What is that ride? It's always shut down. It's always closed. It's right next to Spider, across from Wild Mouse, and it has the water that shoots up at you. A cliffhanger. That's what it is, called the cliffhanger. They're getting rid of that one and putting it there. If you like the cliffhanger, I think I wrote it maybe one time. It is seriously always closed. I don't know if it's just breaking down constantly. I'm surprised it took them this long to get rid of it, to be honest with you. Okay. Oops. No, we don't want that. I don't want that. Close. Let's see. Katy Perry was spotted. We thought the Justin Trudeau rumors were over, but they are not, apparently. She was spotted on a yacht with him, I think in California. And I love how they wrote this. It says Katy Perry spotted kissing Justin Trudeau on her yacht. I'm like, yes. Yes, it is her yacht. Not just a yacht. It's her yacht. Whether it's really hers or not. And then she went to London the next day or a couple of days later. And she's like, "Hello, London. I'm so happy to be back." She's like, "I usually go for Englishmen, but not this time around," which basically hinted that she was in a actual relationship type thing with Justin Trudeau, which she keeps us on our toes. That's all we can say. And I just love that she's moved on. That I think it just shows you that she was over the Orlando Bloom relationship a lot longer than we realized, a lot sooner, or it wasn't over right when they said it was over way before that. What I'm trying to say, and so because I think has he moved on? I think he's moved on. And so is she apparently. Anyway, it's sad, but I mean, if she wasn't happy, she wasn't happy. So that's all I can say about that. Okay, there's a few more I want to get to before we end today. We'll do two fast food restaurant things. This one was funny to me because of the caption someone put on Twitter. Arby's has apparently bought Buffalo Wild Wings for $2.9 billion. Uh, and it includes Buffalo Wild Wings debt. Interesting. We went there the other day. I'm not gonna lie, it wasn't very good. It was okay. Maybe I'm just saying that because, well, one of the people I went with got sick after. They just didn't feel well. And I was unhappy because I asked for no onions on mine and it came swimming in onions. And it just was not enjoyable for me to eat my sandwich, which I was really excited to have. I feel like they were on top of the world, and then they kind of like tanked for a while and still are trying to come back from it. Anyway, apparently Arby's bought it for 2.9 billion. And yes, good question. Where did Arby's? This is old. This is very, very old. Why is this just showing up now? Okay, apparently that's not even news. This happened in 2018. Wow. Okay, well, I hope it's worked out for them, but from my experience, they haven't changed anything. Did you see that Arby's has steak bites now? Kind of like chicken, popcorn chicken, but it's steak bites. I'm like, that's actually pretty good. People always make fun of like who's going to Arby's. I don't go to Arby's very often, but when I do, I'm like, this is actually pretty good. Like it's actually very, very good. Why don't I come here more? Good question. When I was little, I put a Arby's roast beef sandwich in the microwave and I put it with the tinfoil on. And I don't know why. Usually I would turn it on and then go do something till the timer turned off or something. But for some reason I watched it this time and it started to spark. And I'm like, so I stopped it and took it out. And I asked my sister, I was like, the microwave just started sparking. She's like, why? I'm like, well, I put my sandwich in there. She's like, well, did you put it with the tinfoil? I was like, yeah, actually, you can't do that. I'm like, oh. Oh, okay, good to know. That also reminds me of my friend Landon. One time we were playing Super Mario on my Nintendo, and he warmed up some pizza rolls on a plate. And I don't even know how he found these plates because they were like hidden somewhere. I don't even know how. He's like, "Hey Casey, are your dishes supposed to be sparking in the microwave?" I'm like, "What? What are you talking about?" And I turn around. He has my mom's china in the microwave. I'm like, I don't know where you found this, but you cannot use this. It had metal around it. And he put it in the sink, and my mom comes home. She's like, "Who has been using my china?" And I was like, "Oh yeah, sorry, that was Landon. He didn't know." And he's like, "Casey, you're supposed to take the blame for me." I'm like, "Oh sorry." I'm like, "It's not gonna get mad. Like it wasn't that big of a deal." But it was so funny. Like, where did you find this plate? Because you'd have to like dig around for it. Anyway, don't put metal in the microwave, y'all. Okay, a few more things. The only thing I talked about is Zach Bryan just broke the record for the most attended concert attendance record. Yeah. Zach Bryan's attendance record is 112,408 fans at a concert at Michigan Stadium in Ann Arbor, Michigan, on September 27, 2025, making it the highest attended ticketed concert in U.S. history. This record surpasses the previous record set by George Strait, who drew in 110,000 fans. That is crazy. That is a lot of people. He's making some people upset lately because he has a new song out. It's very political, and people are not happy about it. He has very, very, very bad anger issues. Yeah, so I think there's a lot of things going on there. But it says Zach Bryan's newest song, an unreleased track called "Bad News," was recently teased on social media. The song features lyrics critical of ICE raids and has sparked controversy. Bryan stated that the full version will provide more context to the release snippet. So I don't know what that means, but who knows? Okay. Oh, sorry, I forgot to lump my two fast food restaurants in there. Apparently, Long John Silver's now sells chicken, and if you're wondering why that's interesting, it's because Long John Silver's is uh it is a fast food fish restaurant, seafood restaurant. We went to Red Lobster the other day. It's pretty good, you guys. If you haven't been there in a minute, I suggest you hop on over there. Where's the nearest Long John Silver's? Should we see? Okay, the closest one is in Westminster, Colorado, and Mesa, Arizona. Okay, and Las Vegas. Maybe I'll stop there on my little trip this weekend. But apparently people are making fun of it online, and in the comments, people are like, you know what? I've had it. I will not have Long John Silver's slander on my page. And there were like tons and tons of comments saying, I love Long John Silver's. It's delicious. Don't come for Long John Silver's. Apparently there was some in Utah. It says, yes, there have been Long John Silver's locations in Utah, though many have closed and the current operation status may be difficult to confirm without recent official store locator. Locations were reported in places like Murray, South Jordan, Sandy, and Orem. But some report in what? But some reports indicate closures, so it's best to check addresses. Yeah, it's definitely not here because they're referencing ZCMI, which isn't even a thing anymore. Past locations have been reported in areas including Murray, the ZCMI food court, and downtown Salt Lake City. So this is old. Dang it, which means we probably won't get it back. Okay, and then the last thing we'll end on, I love this so much because I think it sheds light on, I mean, we all know Dolly Parton's like just one of the greatest people ever, but this just made her sound even better. Someone did a slideshow on TikTok of some of the charitable acts that she's done. The first one was her main reason for opening Dollywood is to help her family and community attain jobs. And it has done well. It's actually cheaper than Lagoon. For the food's very, very good. It's very clean, very family friendly, but very fun also. In 1991, she opened the Eagle Mountain Foundation for the conservation of bald eagles. I just love this, like kind of random stuff. The ever so famous Imagination Library started in 1995 to aid in poor literacy rates in rural communities. It has since sent out more than 100 million books to children under 5. Love that. This expanded into a scholarship program for middle school students and high school students to help excessively high dropout rate in the Smoky Mountain communities. I just love how she loves where she grew up and she loves where she's from. I love that. She used her royalties from Whitney Houston's cover of the song I Will Always Love You to give back to a black neighborhood in Nashville. And so I just love the fact that I spent that money on a complex, and I think this is the house that Whitney built. Love. She established the My People Fund in 2016 under the Dollywood Foundation umbrella, and that was to help the people of the fires, Smoky Mountain fires, which was pretty devastating. The fund was to aid Smoky Mountain communities after devastating wildfires. Over $12 million was dispersed to families. And she kept paying well after the fires had stopped. She's donated to advancements in COVID and cancer treatments or vaccines. It says our very own book lady Dolly Parton is donating $1 million to pediatric infectious disease research at Vanderbilt University Medical Center to support their efforts in fighting serious infectious diseases such as coronavirus that have worldwide ramifications. This follows her previous $1 million gift to VUMC in April 2020 in honor of her longtime friend Naj Abramad, MD, to support research to fight against COVID-19. Dolly shared, I love all children. No child should ever have to suffer, and I'm willing to do my part to keep as many of them as I can healthy and as safe as possible. And then it ends with this. It is speculated that without her charity work, she would have succeeded her being a billionaire. But in this world, there's no reason to have that excess of money, which I can get behind. I just read an article or something that said Elon Musk is about to become the first person in the world worth $500 billion. I just don't understand. I don't get it. It doesn't make any sense to me because it's mostly from Tesla. But I'm like, Tesla's not even the biggest car company in the world. It just doesn't make any sense to me. It really doesn't. I'll be baffled to this day. It truly does not make any sense because why isn't Warren Buffett? Warren Buffett is invested in all these companies. And you think he would be worth a lot more. And Amazon is a very, very intricate company. It's so complex. There's so much that actually goes into Amazon. And to create basically a Walmart online and have stuff delivered within a couple hours sometimes, that's kind of amazing to me. That being said, I don't think all billionaires are evil. Jeff Bezos donated $100 million to the Maui fire, which I have a feeling that has something to do with his wife, Lauren. And they probably do a lot of stuff behind the scenes, but it's once you get to that level, it doesn't matter what you do, because people will be oh, well, they just did it for tax write-off reasons. It's okay, well, they still donated that money. I don't know. Anyway, that'll be it for me today, folks. I am going to get ready to leave and go to work, and then after that, I'm going to see the Julie Roberts movie, and the next day, I'm going to St. George to see the Black Phone 2, and then I'll be seeing Lorde. I'll be going to the Sphere. I love Vegas. I think eventually, once I become rich, if that ever happens, I will have a place in Vegas because I actually genuinely love it. And I think I will get a place on the Strip. I'm manifesting this right now. Because how fun. I mean, how just wonderfully fun would that be to have a place on the Strip? Just go right down, have anything you want at your fingertips. Any restaurant, basically. I mean, if you have parking on the Strip, it really wouldn't be that bad. Anyway, this has been something I've thought about for a long, long time. And I'll get there. I'll get there eventually. Slowly but surely. Anyway, thank you for listening. If you didn't notice, I brought out one of my Kimades to display. I have a whole bag of them. I don't know if I'll ever drink them because this is liquid gold. This is liquid gold. My friend Jessica got them for me because her friend works at Alani. And she asked him, she's do you have any Alanis left? He's we literally just we found this random stash of it. We put it out on shelves. And I think he went back and got it for me. But yeah, and they didn't charge me for it. They were free and it's right there. I just love it so much. Anyway, thank you for listening. I will talk to you guys later. And yeah, I don't know what else to say. I hope you have a great. So this is the middle of October. Isn't that weird? Anyway, happy almost Halloween.